So in Grow a Garden, obviously we have the seeds, the core function of the game, planting crops and all this stuff. Now, obviously there are a whole pain when it comes to getting crops, actually getting the right ones. You don't want to waste time, buying every single seed like I have when you're AFKing. You don't unless you want to have the hard flex, you don't want to have 3,000 tulips, you don't want to have 3,000 strawberry seeds or nearly 10,000 carrots, right? Unless you want that to be your flex, that's fine. But what you can do is get online every time there's the new stock. Now, this obviously is a tedious task, and later in the video, I'll go over the best ways you can have what's called a stock notifier tell you this is in stock, get on now, right? I'll go over those later in the video, but currently the best seeds you can get is gonna be this seed pack, and I'm giving away these seed packs on this video. Just subscribe and comment your username down below to enter the giveaway. I'll check if you're subbed, obviously, before I enter you into the poll. So make sure you do check out the giveaway. It's free stuff. Anyways, though, starting off with the first base section of, automation when it comes to the seeds and buying them, right? So there are obviously multiple different seed packs actively in the game. You can get the gear or the seeds from the gear shop, right? So you can come here, and if you, grind your tracks, not the gear shop, but the daily quest, right? You can get these seed packs. Now, this is a better, fancier version of RNG gambling when it comes to just more integrated stuff. Or you can obviously get something like the flower seed pack and roll a rose every other time. Now, the next, obviously, main core function you could look into when it comes to this is what's called a stock notifier. The core function around a stock notifier is as it sounds. It'll notify you when stuff is in stock. As you see, this is on my Discord server, which will always be in the description of my videos. You can see the seed stock, the gear stock, the current egg stock, and the weather event. So this will even ping you whenever this stuff's in stock. So as you see, legendary egg was in stock a few hours ago, and I got notified that the legendary egg was in stock, and I bought it and all that. This is a very helpful tool. I think pretty much anyone should get, and honestly, it's great. But the one issue obviously around this is it's on Discord, and not a lot of people have Discord. So I will be showing you my beautiful website that I have designed and curated perfectly for this, aka I kind of just thought of the idea because a bunch of people were begging for it. Now, starting off with the Discord notifier, the way this works is somehow a magical Discord bot pulls the information from the stock and sends out the pings. I didn't make this bot, someone else did. I'm working on making my own if I can figure out how it even works. But still though, regardless, it works and it's really cool. So as it shows, there are it'll show all the carrots in stock, it'll show everything. It shows gear and all that. But what it doesn't show are the honey shop and cosmetics. Now, obviously, if you're grinding event-specific things and you want to know, is this in stock, or is this in stock, or is this in stock? And those aren't in the active gear, seeds, and eggs, right? So say the honey shop, right? You want to be able to know when specific things are in shop, like, for example, the flower seed packs or the honeycomb or the decorations, or you're trying to, spruce up your design or make it all fancy, right? And you want to constantly buy these the second they're in because they're not, in every time. What you can do is get a stock website notifier. So obviously I have my own, which will be in the description. It'll look like this. So obviously you have, the home page and all that. If you're on the home page, you can just come down to the Grow Garden tools. We also have a calculator. So this will obviously, you can take everything in the game. You can take the sunflower, and then say on my sunflower, I have golden shocked, frozen, pollinated, honey glazed, and that. And then say, it's 20 kilograms. And then say I have 2 friends in the server. This thing's going to sell for 730 million. So very helpful website for stuff like that. That works for, I think, everything. You can also see pet XP multipliers and all this stuff. This is newer too, which is nice. Additionally though, obviously, the big shaboing, we have the live stock tracker. I say live, but it is a bit behind, obviously, because it has to pull the information. So this is what was just in stock, give it a hard reset. It'll load the seed stocks. Obviously it fails sometimes. Then you got to refresh it, spam refresh it until it reworks. Usually once it gets to the final 4 minutes, this is something I am working on fixing. It is definitely a beta project right now. As you see, boom, it updated. There we go. Only took multiple refreshes. But as you see, we have, there's 16 bamboo in stock. Why don't I validate that? And then, would you believe it? There's 16 bamboo. Now, this is the perfect way, I would believe. So this website, you can save it to Google, send it to yourself. And then you can whip out your phone and you can be like, I'm, wanting to see what's in stock. Pull up Google, check it, boom, it's there, boom. Oh, let me hop online and buy it, right? It's super helpful for stuff like that. Additionally though, what I do want to eventually integrate into this, you can leave in the comments if you'd like this idea. But you know how like sometimes when you go on the malware websites, right, and they're like, this website wants to send you notifications. I want to figure out if I could do like this minus the actual malware, you know, because I don't do that, and just have it be able to send notifications via the browser, right? That way you don't have to have Discord and you can still get notified. If you do like this idea, comment down below if you would like to see that, because I could once again integrate this into the website if this sounds like, you know, a good feature and whatnot. But anyways though, I do believe this is the current best strategy for stock notifiers. Now these are the best working ones. You can though automate this. I have a full video on automation when it comes around this stuff. If I remember to, it'll be, you know, in the top right corner of the video, but pretty much it'll automatically buy everything from the stocks. You can even customize some of them. We are working on an official macro that will specifically do everything for you. It'll have webhooks, all this crap. You can make it schmancy. And the way it'll work, you know, you can say, oh, I want to only buy beanstalk, cacao, peppers, and maybe mushrooms, right? When they're in stock, and then like a master sprinkler, right? It'll, you know, put you in game. It'll go over, buy everything. It'll do all this stuff. It'll bring you over to the gear. It'll buy you all the gears. You know, you can do cosmetics, eggs. We'll even be able to get, usually within 1 or 2 days, the active event. Now, hopefully we could get the event out faster. So like say the honey event came out, we could probably put in like an auto trade in honey and auto buy stuff. Obviously this is hard because you have to train the thing for that, but this is currently about to launch. So make sure you check out my Discord server. We're actively notifying sneaking leaks and all that. Make sure you check that out. Anyways though, if this video helped you out, then yeah, I'm about to take a dump. So I'm gonna end the recording.